Close your eyes for a moment and imagine waking up in a world without soap. No bathroom, no sink, no fresh morning shower, no clean smell, only dust, sweat, smoke, and mud. For most of human history, this was normal. People didn't wash the way we do today. They didn't scrub their hands. They didn't lather foam. They didn't even think about germs, because germs didn't exist to them. They were invisible, unknown. If someone got sick, it wasn't because of bacteria, it was because of spirits, or curses, or angry gods. Disease was magic, not science. So cleanliness was never about health. It was only about comfort, or religion, or smell. Early humans simply rinsed their bodies in rivers or lakes. If they felt dirty, they used sand or clay, sometimes ash from the fire. They rubbed their skin like animals cleaning fur. It was rough, painful, and not very effective, but it was all they had. As civilizations began rising in places like Mesopotamia and Egypt, life became crowded. Cities formed. Thousands of people lived close together. Animals walked the same streets as humans. Food waste lay in corners. Open drains flowed beside homes. The air was heavy and thick with smells. Imagine walking through one of those cities. You would smell smoke from cooking fires, sweat from workers, wet animals, rotting food, and muddy streets. Clean water was rare. Even rivers weren't safe. People washed clothes there. Animals drank there. Trash floated there. So bathing often meant getting dirty again. Still, humans hate discomfort. So they tried new ideas. In Egypt, rich people covered their bodies with oils and perfumes, not to clean, but to hide bad smells. Fragrance was more important than hygiene, because smelling good felt clean. But then something unexpected happened. Near cooking fires, animal fats sometimes fell into piles of ash. Rainwater mixed everything together. Fat, ash, water. And when people touched that strange mixture, they noticed something different. Their hands felt slippery. Grease disappeared. Dirt loosened. For the first time, their skin actually felt clean. No one planned this. No scientists studied it. It was pure accident. A quiet moment beside a fire. But that small accident would begin one of the most important inventions in human history, because that strange paste was the very first form of soap. And humanity had just taken its first tiny step away from dirt toward cleanliness. The first soap didn't look beautiful. It wasn't white. It didn't smell like flowers, and it definitely didn't come in neat little bars. It looked dark, sticky, almost like mud. But it worked, and that was enough. Around 2800 BCE in the lands of Babylon, people discovered something surprising. When they boiled animal fat together with wood ash, a chemical reaction happened. They didn't know the word chemistry yet, but they saw the results. The mixture turned into a thick paste, and that paste could remove grease from cloth better than water ever could. Suddenly, dirty wool became clean. Stains disappeared. Fabric felt softer. For the first time in history, humans had something stronger than water. At first, this soap wasn't for bathing. It was for washing clothes, for cleaning tools, for practical work. Still, the idea spread. In ancient Egypt, records show mixtures of oils and alkaline salts being used to treat skin diseases. Doctors even recommended early soap-like substances for wounds. People slowly realized this strange material had healing power. Meanwhile, bathing itself was becoming important, especially in the great cities of the Roman Empire. The Romans didn't just bathe, they built entire cultures around bathing. Huge public bathhouses filled their cities. Marble floors, hot pools, cold pools, steam rooms, massage rooms. It wasn't just about cleaning, it was about life. Friends met there, business deals happened there, stories were shared there. Baths were social media thousands of years ago. Interestingly, Romans often used oils first. They covered their bodies in oil, then scraped dirt away with metal tools called strigils. But soap slowly entered their world too. Traders brought it, craftsmen improved it, recipes changed. What started as an accident was becoming an industry. Still, few people understood its true power. To them, soap meant comfort, luxury, not survival. But history was about to change, because empires fall. And when Rome collapsed, something unexpected happened. The world forgot how to stay clean, and soap nearly disappeared. When the Roman Empire fell, the world didn't just lose roads and buildings, it lost knowledge. Bathhouses closed, water systems broke, trade slowed, and slowly, Europe became dirtier than ever before. Bathing became rare. Some people even believed washing was dangerous. They thought water opened the skin and allowed illness to enter the body. So instead of bathing, they avoided it. Kings didn't bathe often. Queens didn't bathe often. Farmers didn't bathe often. Some people washed only a few times a year. Perfume became stronger. Clothes were changed, but bodies stayed dirty. Cities smelled terrible. Mud covered streets, trash piled up, animals walked freely between homes, and diseases spread quickly, very quickly. Plagues killed millions, fevers burned through towns, children died young, but no one knew why. They blamed witches, bad air, God's punishment. Never dirt, never bacteria, never unwashed hands. Meanwhile, far away, soap survived. In cities like Aleppo, skilled craftsmen created beautiful hard soaps using olive oil and plant ash. These soaps smelled better, lasted longer, worked better. They became famous across trade routes. Travelers carried them to Europe, and slowly, very slowly, Europe rediscovered soap. This time, people began using it for bathing again, not just clothes, not just fabric, bodies, hands, faces. Something was changing, but the biggest discovery was still coming, because science was about to reveal a truth that would change everything, forever. By the 1800s, the world finally understood something shocking. Illness didn't come from curses or spirits or bad luck. It came from tiny living things, germs, invisible killers living on hands, on skin, on tools, on everything. Suddenly, soap wasn't just comfort, it was protection. Doctors began washing their hands before surgery. At first, it seemed unnecessary, too simple, too small to matter. But then, something incredible happened. Patients stopped dying as often. Infections dropped. Survival increased. Hospitals that once smelled of sickness slowly became safer places. One simple habit saved thousands of lives. Not medicine, not machines, not magic, just soap and water. Factories soon began producing soap on a massive scale. Big iron machines, long conveyor belts, bars stacked high like bricks. What was once handmade beside a fire was now made for millions. Soap was no longer luxury. It wasn't only for kings or the rich. It belonged to everyone.
Children washed their hands before eating. Workers cleaned after long days. Families bathed at night. Hospitals depended on it. And something beautiful happened. Life expectancy increased. Fewer babies died. Fewer infections spread. Communities became healthier, stronger, safer. All because of something small, something simple, something we barely notice today. A small bar of soap. Think about that. An invention that began by accident, fat mixing with ash beside an ancient fire, quietly became one of humanity's greatest protectors. It didn't look powerful, it didn't look important, but it changed the world. From ancient rivers, to Roman baths, to dark medieval streets, to modern sinks, soap traveled with us. Through every civilization, through every century, through every home. And today, every time you wash your hands, every time you see bubbles form, every time that clean scent fills the air, you are continuing a story thousands of years old. A story of survival, of learning, of progress. From dirt to cleanliness, from sickness to health, from chaos to care. That is the quiet, forgotten history of soap. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, share it with friends, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more powerful stories like this.